So your stocks are burning alive. Today is a tough day for stock market investors, but I'm going to break it down for you and let you know what's going on, why this is happening, and some things you can look out for, opportunities that exist out here in this market. So get comfortable, buckle up your seatbelt. We're going to get started on the Black Financial Channel right now. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm your friendly neighborhood finance professor. On the Black Financial Channel, we talk about Black wealth and Black economics every day, but we do it from a B1 perspective. B1 means we are Black first. Black first means we solve our community's problems. Black first means that we want our kids to be the most economically intelligent group of people on earth. B1 also means that we understand we must be one to be successful. If you agree with this philosophy, put a hashtag B and the number one in the chat, hashtag B1. You ain't got to be black to be here, but you have to love Black people and you have to love yourself. So anyway, I want to say good morning to everybody. Hello to Anthony Ruffin. I see you in here. John Crooks, Max Jerome. Good to see you, Tyrone Smith. So I apologize for being a few minutes late. I know that I said I'd start at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, but I had to prep. I had to get some stuff together and deal with some stuff. You guys know, just for full transparency, you all know that my daughter, my goddaughter, but she's my daughter, Carmen, was hit by a drunk driver on New Year's Eve by a guy named Brandon Becerra. He's a real estate agent up in Illinois, from what I understand, in Evanston, and excuse my French, but I am going for that ass. So every single day, I'm thinking about Brandon. I am making phone calls to make sure that he is charged with wanton endangerment. I'm making phone calls to make sure that we get justice for my child because she was hurt very badly. And I'm a little bit angry about that, but I'm smiling just to keep from wanting to go beat somebody up and cut somebody out. So I'm not going to do all of that, but I'm going to handle this. I'm going to beat him up with this. I'm going to beat him up with this brain because he can't handle the big black brain. Y'all know what it is. So we about to go get that ass, Brandon. So if you're watching, just get ready, homeboy, because we're going to deal with this. With that said, forgive me for letting that out. Thank you for allowing me to be honest and transparent about how I'm feeling right now. But I also care about you, and I also want to see you do well. So let me ask you a basic question. As you please hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. How many of you were a little bit distressed to see what was going on with some of your stocks? Give me a yes in the chat if you saw some stocks that were kind of getting beat up a little bit. If you saw that your stocks were kind of getting, sort of mutilated, and body slammed. If you're going through it, then go ahead and be honest. Be honest about your feelings. I was honest about my feelings, and be honest about your feelings. How are you feeling right now? How does it feel to wake up in the morning and see all that red? Can anybody? Anthony says I can stay in the rain. TJ says, "Yep." Yeah, well, red doesn't feel good when it comes to investing. Some days you're going to have some red days. And like New Edition always said, tell me, baby, can you stand the rain? Well, I looked outside and it's raining. It's raining. And I looked at the forecast and the forecast is more rain and with some sleet and some snow to come with it. So you got to be real careful with this economy. This is not last year's economy. This is not last year's stock market. You got a lot of dynamics that you're going to have to worry about, process, and kind of deal with. And so let me kind of break down some of what I've been seeing in terms of what's going on right now. So right now, let me see. At this particular moment, at the time of this recording, it looks like the Dow today is down 239 points. That's a big deal. Bank stocks have been releasing their earnings. And the bank stocks, what's interesting is that it's not like the bank stocks the banks are losing money. The banks are actually making revenue, and some of them are making a solid profit. The problem is that they're seeing little creepy crawly problems that are popping in, like higher costs for the banks, lower profitability, lower profit margins, bad what they call earnings guidance, meaning that they're saying, look, we made money this quarter, but get ready because in the future it's not going to look so good. We're worried about the future. So companies like JP Morgan Chase, which is a solid company that knows how to make money, they did pretty well in their earnings announcements, but their stock got hammered. It dropped by about 5%. And that really speaks to what people are expecting, what people sort of see down the pike. It's not looking so good, largely because now you're going to have to play catch up. The Fed's going to have to play catch up to try to rein in inflation. And let's talk about inflation for a minute. Hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the thumbs up button. Share this video if you haven't done it yet. That's really important. We're building Black-owned media. We hope that you'll support us in that process and be connected to what we're trying to build. So if you could just hit that thumbs up button, subscribe on whatever platform you're on. That's very, very important. So let's talk about inflation. Inflation is an interesting topic because everybody understands inflation. If I give me a yes in the chat, if I say the word inflation, give me a yes if you know what I mean. If you've always known what I mean. I've understood inflation since I was 7. And let me tell you how I learned about inflation. I learned about inflation because I used to go to the store and I used to buy Hubba Bubba and Bubblicious bubble gum. Anybody remember Hubba Bubba and Bubblicious? I thought Hubba Bubba was better, but Bubblicious was pretty good too. And I would just mix and match, get them both, right? And I remember going to the store, and this was a long time ago. You know, I'm not a spring chicken, but I'm not an old man, but I'm not a young man, right? I'm 50. That's what kind of like right in the middle. And I'm a grown ass man. How about that? And I used to go to the store, and this was in the late 70s, early 80s, and I would go to the store and I would buy the Hubba Bubba one year, and it's like 20 cents. And then the next year, it's like 30 cents. And I was like, what the hell is this, man? This is crazy. Then the next year, it's like 35 cents. And I remember noticing that, and I was pissed. I was mad. I was 7, 8 years old, and I was angry, right? Well, you know what? With inflation is kind of like that. Inflation is not exactly something you gotta go to school to understand. You know, everybody understands what it means when the rent is too damn high. You know, when prices have gone way up. And what's interesting about inflation, and from the analysis I've been doing, you know, listening to all different types of, you know, of experts and pollsters and everything, is that inflation isn't just an economic issue; it's becoming the driving political issue of this country. In fact, a lot of analysts believe that that inflation is the reason that Joe Biden right now is less popular than Donald Trump was on almost any point during his presidency. His approval ratings in the 30s. And so they're kind of saying to Biden, look, people don't care nearly as much about the Voting Rights Act as they care about inflation. They don't care as much about January 6th as they care about inflation. You better get on board, buddy, and start talking about these higher prices. Start empathizing with what people are going through. I learned about empathy from my wife. She's a therapist. And I hang out with other therapists now. Therapists are really cool. Every Black person needs to have a therapist like in their pocket. And so I noticed that empathy, just if you're married or you got a girlfriend or boyfriend and they're pissed at you, just show empathy. Like say things like, I understand how you feel. Or that must be really hard for you. Like a little thing, I promise you, it'll work. Just do that. That's a great way to reconnect. It'll work. Yeah, seriously, because all they want to do is they want to be heard, right? So right now, the American public feels that Joe Biden is not hearing them when they say the rent is too damn high. You know, the cost of chicken went way up. I'm mad because I went to get my car fixed and they increased the price of an oil change. Everybody is upset. Paula says, I hate my boyfriend. Damn, well, if you hate your boyfriend, Paula, he shouldn't be your boyfriend, should he? Anyway, so y'all got me distracted now. Now I'm talking about other stuff. But the point is, well, actually, this is important. So the point is that even though Biden isn't really responsible for the high inflation, this goes back to Jerome Powell at the Fed. You know, the Fed is, they're the ones who are kind of pumping out all that money and doing the things that they're doing. So they're probably more responsible because people kept warning them about this all last year. But the Biden administration plays some part in this in terms of how they handle mandates, how they handle shutdowns. For example, I look at a city like New York, and let me just break it down like this. Okay, so New York City was this bustling economic metropolis where tourists were coming from all over the world. Billions of dollars were being spent in New York. My wife and I alone would go to New York and drop, we'd be making it rain. We'd be staying at nice hotels and spending money at fancy restaurants, going to Broadway shows. Like, we did all that. We loved doing it. We did it every year. Well, now we're not doing that. Now we're not going to New York. Well, part of the reason we're not going to New York is because I'm sitting there thinking, man, am I going to need to show my papers to get into your restaurant? Like, how serious are you taking things like Omicron? Now, I'm going to ask y'all a question. This is, to be honest, I'm not telling you what to think about any of this, but my question is this. How many of you are really afraid of catching Omicron? Like, how many of you have an intense fear that if you catch Omicron, you're going to die? Yeah, seriously, how many of you feel that if you caught it, I'm not saying that you should or shouldn't. Some of y'all probably got it and survived it. How many of you really feel like Omicron's just going to kill you? It's going to you're going to be dropping dead in the street. Does anybody feel that way? I would argue that most people don't feel that way, right? I believe that. And I wonder if there's a way they can handle these shutdowns and mandates in a way that stimulates more economic activity, or doesn't just murder the supply chain because you're forcing people to go into quarantine for 10 days because they were exposed to Omicron or exposed to somebody who had Omicron. Omicron ain't killing nobody. I had 5 friends that caught it. They were coughing, sneezing for about 3 days, and then they got better. Now, again, it doesn't mean you take it lightly. Even Bill Gates is now saying that this COVID thing is going to become like the seasonal flu. It's going to pop up every year. A lot of people are going to get it, and then it's going to go away. So with that said, I wonder if the Biden administration needs to kind of shift its focus and realize, what people are actually talking about. And like, there's an old saying that says, "It's the economy, stupid." Like that saying is a political statement. It's saying, look, stop worrying about everything else. Pay attention to the economy and how people are feeling economically. That's how you connect with the voters. But then again, who listens to me? I'm just a black man on the internet running his mouth. All right, so do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. I want to mention to you guys also very quickly, this weekend, starting tomorrow morning, the Black Business School is holding an awesome virtual conference, a generational wealth conference that is going to literally feature some of the baddest, smartest Black experts that you've ever seen in your life. These are our people educating our people. We start tomorrow morning. Julian Gordon is the co-host of the event, and I mean, we're covering everything from how to invest in stock options, how to publish your book, the Black Family Master Plan, an introduction to Forex investing. Jake Taylor Jacobs is going to talk about how to become your own bank. Julian Gordon is going to hit things like mortgages and refinancing, raising your own funds to buy real estate, entrepreneurship, the multifamily movement, making money through short-term rentals. All these things are important right now because right now with this stock market dipping, one of the ways to protect yourself and to prepare for the future is to be diversified. That means having your money in areas other than the stock market. So one of the things about this generational wealth conference that is tomorrow morning, you can go to boycewatkins.com if you want to get a ticket. That's my name. If you're on Instagram, the link is in the bio. And the thing about events like this is it shows you how to make your money from multiple sources, right? You're not just making your money in one place. A lot of the people who are doing okay during this tough time in the market are people who have a little money in real estate. They have a little money in their small business. Maybe they have a little book that they publish that's just generate monthly or weekly income. Maybe they got some stuff going on with stock options to calibrate their risk. Maybe they have another backup plan that involves making money from short-term rentals or Forex or whatever the case may be. So you want to be in the whole game everywhere, and that's really what this generational wealth conference does for you. So if you're interested, you want to take a look, you can go to boycewatkins.com or more directly generationalwealthconference.com, either one, and you can get your ticket. We start tomorrow morning. We go the whole weekend. There's a money back guarantee because we know it's that great. So feel free to join us. I hope you'll join us. It's all virtual. You can do it from wherever you are in the world. I know you're going to love this because we're good at what we do. We're the best in the world at Black wealth. We focus on Black wealth, not wealth, Black wealth. The wealth gap, Black people, that's what we focus on. We got white people in there that come in, and that's fine because we're smart. We're the best in the world at economics and all that too. But Black wealth is what we need to focus on because that's the only way we're going to, as a community, make progress. We must be focused. So hit the thumbs up button. Let me finish up here. I got a meeting in a few minutes, so I'm going to finish up here in terms of what's going on with this market. One thing I want to, a message I want you to kind of resonate in your head is I want everybody to type the word fear. Type the word fear in the chat. The word fear is relevant today because fear is what you're dealing with now. You're dealing with fear. Fear is contagious. Fear is the virus that affects the economy that can set everything back. Fear is something that you want to avoid right now because right now you're seeing a lot of fear, and fear breeds more fear. Fear breeds more fear. Fear is very contagious. And when there's a lot of fear, what you tend to see is that when the market starts going down, when sentiment starts going down, it just starts to just tumble down like it's going down a mountain. The people that make money long-term are the ones who can stand up against that. Period. Warren Buffett always said that the winners in investing are those who are fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. The world is fearful. It's time for you to be a little bit greedy, hella greedy, not scared. Hold out long-term. Don't be afraid. I'm not telling you that it's not hard. I'm not telling you that you're not kind of pissed off right now. It's fine. I get it. I feel that way. See me empathizing with you. I get it. I really do. I'm not pretending. This is how I really feel. But now is the time for you to go ahead and start to position yourself for the long term. A lot of these companies are going to come back. A lot of especially these ETFs and stuff like that, electric vehicles still control the future. Metaverse is still going to be big. There's still going to be a lot of money made long term, but you can't be a short-term thinker right now, because right now short-term things are going to get ugly. Not just now, but probably over the next several months. Now, if you want my stock pick of the day, based on my research, is a stock called Rivian. Rivian is an electric vehicle maker. I'm going to go buy some shares in Rivian, and I plan to hold these shares for the next 5 to 10 years because I believe Rivian is going to be a player in the EV market. So that's my stock pick of the day. I hope that helps you. I got to go to this meeting. I'll stop back a little bit later, and we can talk more about what's going on in investing. If you want to join our stock market class or anything else we have going on in the Black Business School, just go to boycewatkins.com, take a look, and we can help you. All right, I know that we can. So anyway, guys, have a good day. See you tomorrow at the Generational Wealth Conference. Rivian is spelled Rivran. Rivian. That's how you spell it. All right, guys, have a good day. Love you. I will see you soon, and God bless you. And I hope you make $1 trillion. Talk to you soon. Peace.